This is Daf Yom Yerushalmi Challah in the article Oz V'Hadar edition. We are on Daf Lamed Hey Amid Aleph. We are where it says Vatninan, which is the sixth line down, and in the Vilna that is on Chaf Aleph Amid Aleph. Towards the bottom, the third line from the bottom. And there's a question on Reish Lakish. Reish Lakish, we said yesterday, Reish Lakish said, the last line before this, Du Amar Eino Teira. Noshuch is not a Chibur D'Oraisa. Du Amar Eino Noshuch Teira. So that we're going on that. So what did we learn? The Vimlav, and if not, maybe Arbora V'Rovin Meshich. So we have a Mishnah or Brisa. The Brisa before said before that you bring four Revaim and your which are no sheikh to this or from which Challah has not been taken, and you take Challah also in the source. So we see Noshech is going to be a Chibur Midoraisa, because otherwise how can you make the Chiyuv Challah devolve just by Nishicha Ba'ama? So the maybe our Bar Meshachim. Our Rabbi Yisrael said the Pater Sheba Meisas HaNoshuch. He says that here it's about where the Soor itself was not Chayim Mechallah to begin with, but by becoming Noshuch in another dough. So since its Chiv was only Rabban to begin with, so therefore it's all Pater by a Chibur Rabbanan. Okay, so everything was a rabbinic level, so not a problem. Rabbi Yisrael asked, Ma Pligin? Ma Pligin, Rabbi Yochanan Lakish. The word O is kind of superfluous. In Lev Yerushalmi, actually, he takes out the word O without letting us know. In the text, it's there, but in the commentary, it's not. But in any event, Ma Pligin, Rabbi Yochanan Lakish, but Nachash Me'elav. Their homachloikes. What they argue about is only by Nashal Me'elav it gets bitten on it together on its own. If you actually did a ma'aseh to do it, to connect it together, so then then that actually is the Raisa. And the Levi Shleim says that the Mishnah between full Yom is talking about when it became Nashuch on its own. And that's where there's machlokes there. But here in this brisa where meshich deliberately 4 revoim of dough to the rova of the soor, so everybody agrees that connection is the raisa. Okay, says Gemara. Fafilu Tamar. It seems like Rabbi Zir is still speaking. Fafilu Tamar shich biladon he machlokes. You can even say that. There is a machlokas whether the noshel schibur the rice or not, even by deliberately being meshichet. But if that's the case, obviously, so the question goes back to Reish Lakish. So here he says it's different. No more Rabbi Shimon Lakish Kedaite. Let's say Shimon Lakish like his opinion, which is known to us. I'm Rabbi Shimon Lakish. Rabbi Shimon Lakish said, Rabbi Shimon Chizkiah Tevel Batel Berov. He holds that Tevel's Batel Berov the Raisa, and the only Chayav to Mavish Rabbanan. And since the Seor, which is Shlo Hurma Chalosa, is Batel Berov Chulim Mina Torah, that's by definition. Anytime you have Seor in a dough, it's this minority, and therefore it's batel. So therefore, there's no any chiv challah with this or which ultimately is starter, not truly edible. So therefore, always going to be a minority, as I said. It's only only going to rabbanan. So therefore, they allowed you to take off the challah on this sore, which is always only be chayim challah rabbanan by the rabbinic mechanism of Neshicha. It's an interesting idea. That's what Rabbi Yochanan Amar Tevel Batel Barov. Rabbi Yochanan says Tevel's Batel Barov, like Rabbi Shimon Lakish. Rabbi Yochanan said Ein HaTevel Batel Barov. Yochanan says that since you can fix the Isser by taking of Truma, it's like Hukar Isser. It's and therefore it's not Botel Berov. I wrote inside of my Gemara here. This is my own Ha'ara. So it's a little bit difficult. The Chara that should be considered to be Kavua D'Rabbanan or Davar Sheish Matirin, which are rabbinic reasons why something's not Botel Berov, not Torah reasons, right? And even say it's like Chashiv Kihu Kara Isser. That is also that's like a Davar Chashiv, right? Which is only the Rabbanim. So I wrote here that maybe the Rav Yochanan's like the Rambam, which in my Sefer Beish Basra holds that Davar Chashiv. I proved that the Rambam holds Davar Chashiv is not both be the Raisa, and then perhaps that Rav Yochanan holds here that this is Davar that this is like the Rambam that at least in certain volume Chashuvim. Not everything. Obviously, like Chatichra, Skabed, things like that are the rabbinic, but there are certain Dvarim Chashuvim which are not Batal, even though Raisa. Okay. Rabbi Bar Mel, Rabbi Hila, Alun Uvda Kum Rabbi Asi. They, Rabbi Bar Mel, Rabbi Hila brought, by the way, perhaps this is the mysterious Rabbi Hillel who, here it says Rabbi Hila, sorry, not Rabbi Hila. Oh, it says Rabbi Hila, the Yerushalmi brings it down as Rabbi Hillel. I wonder why I changed the name. If it is Rabbi Hillel, perhaps it is the Rabbi Hillel Hasheni who made the Luach. But I didn't realize that Hillel and Hillel are necessarily the same person. I doubt the art school makes that connection. Let's see. This is Rabbi Hillel. No, he doesn't actually say anything about it. Okay, interesting question. He has a mate. Right, Babar Mel Alun Uvda Kum Rabbi Yasa. So they brought this case of Teva, which gets mixed up with Chulin, in front of Rabbi Yasa. And they wanted to say, since Shlokish, Rabbi Yasa and Yeroi argue Rabbi Yechon, they say that Teva is about the Rabbi Chulin, their majority, right? So the Shabbat's like that. Seven Meimer Shteim Rav Echon. Two is better than one. In other words, we pass on Reish Lakish, Rabbi Yosef ben Yeroi over Rabbi Echon. V'lo shmin dam Rabbi Simon Shem Shubin Levi. But they didn't know it's not so simple. It's 2 against 2. Dam Rabbi Simon B'Shem Shubin Levi ain't hateva bata brov. So again, we wouldn't basking then because it's 2-on-2. V'atninan. And we learned in a brisa. Is it a brisa? No, the Mishnah says that if you took sore out of an isa shlohurma chalasa, you put it into an isa shlohurma chalasa. If you don't have a parnasa mimakam acher, if you can't take out from elsewhere, you take mifi cheshbon. Here clearly we see, but you take from here on the entire thing, according to cheshbon, and in that case we see teva's not bata barov. Because otherwise the soy you put in should be bottom. So Rabbi Yossi said, "Come on, mafresh." Everybody agrees that you take off, but midrabanan. Even Shlakish hold or Shlakish Rabbi Yossi, you know, I'm asking that midrabanan you're going to have to take off the challah. Maplin, the question is a separate question. Lachush la frosha shnia. When that truma fell from that or challah. From that tarovis to elsewhere, right? Does it make it meduma or not? Man my teva bought the barov. He who holds that teva is bought the rov. Arima, if you when it falls into when this truma or chal which you took off from here falls into elsewhere, since Mekah there was bought the barov and it's only being mavish rabbanon. I don't even know if don't have to set aside. You don't have to assume that there's a meduma and handle it as way. A Rosh Hashanah means that you handle it as meduma. Manma ain't a teva but the barov. The opinion holds that teva is not but the barov. So obviously, then you had to take off medina, the chumah the from the first mixture, and you have to and then when it falls in another mixture, you have to treat it as meduma. Okay, and again, a Rosh Hashanah doesn't really mean a second Afrosha because you're treating it as a meduma. It's a different kind of story. Whatever you do to meduma. Amar Rabbi Ba said, "Ma pli Yochanan Beis Lakish." That's Rabbi Yochanan Beis Lakish are of Tebel's Bat Barov, but Nikbal Shenikbal Dvar Torah, where it's Tebel Doraisa, meaning that all the stages have been gone through. It's after Miruach, it's Chayv and it's Tebel Doraisa. But before Gemar Malacha, when it's only Asim Tebel Dorabanan, as Tebel Dorabanan. So at that point, everybody agrees, I'm a Moedir Shatebel Batabrov. Everybody agrees at that point it's Batabrov. Hasty Rabbi Bar Barkana couldn't Rabbi Yossi. Rabbi Yossi, Rabbi Barkana asked for Yossi. But then we learned kids was they say Masik. This is in our mission. We said if you have Zaysim which were harvested, Kedin, which are Chayiv and Chumas and Mises. Shazar and Zaysim which got mixed up with Zaysim which fell off the tree, which are not Chayiv and Chumas and Mises. In the butts here, grapes, which were harvested kedin, which got from mices. She's arvu in the olos, which got mixed up with grapes, which are from olos from matnos anim. As it said, if they have parnasim mokamacher, you just take a mokamacher. If not, you take a koy the cheshbon from the mixture itself. So the question is, the grapes and olives, they normally are harvested for grape juice and olive oil. So if they haven't yet undergone yet Gemar Malacha, only Tevel D'Rabbanan. And if in Tevel D'Rabbanan is Bato Barov Chulin, so that's the case. Why do you have to take up Chumus and Maisrus? That to be Bato and the Zayse Niku for the Zayse Olis. L'Tevel Shiva D'Ivreimu. When I said Kayamte, I explained, instead of Shemesh Zayse Masik, she said Shemesh Zayse in the Nikov. Right? It's about where the oil actually got mixed up. So it's after Gemar Malacha, and therefore it is a Taroives Doraisa. And I believe that brings us to Lamed Vav Amud Aleph. Yep. Okay, we're up to Mesa Yochanan. We'll stop here for today.